What's going on, YouTube? This is Earl Vernacular TV. If you like the content that I'm producing, please like the video, post a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Wonderful news in the world of politics and societal dealings. As we all know, COVID has raged carnage on the economy and destroyed many people's personal lives. Many people have lost relatives during the pandemic. Over 500,000 people have lost their life because of COVID. So this pandemic has had a catastrophic effect on everybody, on the economy, on people's personal lives, and on people's mental stabilities. But the United States Health Czar Dr. Fauci stated in today's press briefing that COVID, the pandemic, is coming to a closure. After examining the data, and the data shows that at its apex, COVID cases were about 1 million cases a day. But now, the cases have shrunk to a minute number of 50,000 a day. So, Dr. Fauci and his expert of teams are putting the closure on the pandemic. COVID have changed politics. COVID have changed the way we politicize our dealing with each other. From the moment of the imposition by the Biden administration to tell the masses of the people that they must be compelled to become inoculated from the virus, putting many people out of work, forcing people out of their own choices. This has also had a catastrophic effect on the economy because many people have lost their job, or many people have been refused to become inoculated and leave their occupation because of this imposition. Now that the curtain has been drawn over the pandemic, we are still here. We are still here. The fair tactics that were being used by the media to force you into becoming inoculated is no longer available. That's why COVID, the pandemic, was an interval. So when you have fear, and that fear was an interval, you rush and went and became inoculated. But yeah, we still here. We are still here. Things are changing. Judges around the country are rejecting the mask mandate on airplanes and trains. The politics is changing. As you see with Kyrie Irving, the Brooklyn Nets on point guard Kyrie Irving, the Barclays Center with Eric Adams, they had to let him play basketball in the Barclays Center because they were losing money. Businesses, they were losing business, they were losing money. Fans were turned off by that. So yeah, we have survived this COVID pandemic according to the government. Dr. Fauci has stated that the pandemic has come to a closure. Cases are like 50,000 now. Cases are 50,000 as far as the statistical numbers are 50,000. Then it is apex of 1 million cases a day. So what that means, we also have to realize that with any kind of natural disaster or war, conflict, or something like that, emergency laws are enacted. The usurpation of more of our freedom, the usurpation of more laws, the usurpation of government gaining more power. As we saw with 9/11 with the Patriot Act, same thing with the pandemic. Different bureaucracy was created after 9/11. Same thing with the pandemic. Different government policy were put in place now to take away our own freedom. So the politics of COVID has been very complex, but it has been also a clarity as to the times that we are in, the times of control. When you see that this administration, with its imposition of the vaccine mandate, many doctors around the country, thousands of doctors around the country was silenced. Their voice and view wasn't here on the right-hand side of the spectrum. Those who wanted to take their own approach and own mechanism to do away with the virus infection were condemned, were castigated, like the Ben Roethlisberger, the Kyrie Irving, the Joe Rogan. People wanted to take a different approach to their health. They were condemned, they were castigated. So that imposition have turned the country against one another. Then, with former President Trump was in office, when he left office, everything was turned upside down. So politics right now is a sharp contrast, a very sharp contrast in our political thoughts on both sides of the spectrum. The right, left, the right is becoming more radical, the left is becoming more radical. They're all becoming more radical. Freedom is for the people. The usurpation of our freedom, the usurpation of power by government to take over our freedom. When times of natural disaster and crisis come out, we have to watch those things. 9/11, so many different bureaucracies were created. Spending. Suppression, spying on you. No privacy no more. You know what I'm saying? Mining our data. You understand? So things are changing. But yeah, Dr. Anthony Fauci, the health czar of the United States of America, have stated that the pandemic has come to a closure. The curtain has been closed on the COVID pandemic, according to Dr. Fauci.